Incredible stories are coming out of Israel and the Middle East. What is truth and what is not? How do you distinguish fact from fiction? Who wrote the story and what are their biases? Do you trust your news? Information we rely on today has never been more distrusted. The Media Line, the American news agency covering the Middle East, was created to be the source of trustworthy contextual news. For more than 22 years, the Media Line has been relied upon by the media and the public alike. Our reach is 20 million users, and we're now working to expand to 250 million users. And we will show you why it is more important today than ever before. In the heyday of journalism, iconic journalists were trusted. Remember Edward R. Murrow and Walter Cronkite? Whom do we trust today? What are the problems we face? Partisanship and bias, fake versus fact-based news, there is a growing illiteracy, and the market is flooded with untrained journalists. Do you know how to read a news story? Every story must have a minimum of 2 sources. Who are the sources? Do they represent all narratives appropriate to the story? What kind of story is it? News, analysis, feature, or is it opinion? Knowing the type of story tells you what to look for or expect. Do you see the problems we face in getting our news? The rise of social media has been a communications boom, but does not come without cost. Some media outlets are too concerned with ranking. We Googled the word news, and more than 24 billion results appeared on search engines and counting, and often not enough time is allotted for fact-checking. Take a look at what happens when you don't fact-check. The newspapers were quick to accept that Congressman George Santos is Jewish, but he isn't. Not only was he not Jewish, nor his grandparents victims of Nazi persecution, but he even praised Hitler.
Generative AI is making waves in the technology industry. Can you spot the real from the fake?
Generative AI, deep fakes, and social media are changing the world. And some might say it's designed to fool you. Do we really understand the power and the danger of these new technologies?
Enter AI, and we're faced with a whole new set of problems that even AI's creators are not yet able to solve. How do you spot misinformation and disinformation? Syracuse University identified 5 ways to spot misinformation and disinformation online. You need to learn how to analyze content and vet sources. You also need to understand the difference between disinformation and misinformation. Disinformation is deliberately deceptive. Misinformation is incorrect or misleading information regardless of intent to deceive. One example is when MSNBC misrepresented the maps used by many to bash Israel. Check out who was the journalist behind the story. CNN correspondent Diana Magnay called Israeli scum. Katie Halper was fired by The Hill for defending Representative Rashida Tlaib's description of Israel as an apartheid state. How is fake news spreading anti-Semitism? Why is this happening? This is Al Jazeera's May 2019 tweet in Arabic to promote a video on the Holocaust. Now take a look at the way they talk about the Holocaust to their English-speaking audience. And the inevitable backtracking when they are caught. But this is the most infamous anti-Semitic tweet of 2022. Kanye West telling his 30 million Twitter followers that he would go DEFCON 3 on Jews. He was banned from social media platforms, but the damage was done. Have faith, although much of our challenge involves new and developing technology, some solutions are already at hand. Stay updated with new studies on fake news. Brown News created the tools to uncover media bias, and it verified that the Media Line stories are high on facts and center in bias. The Media Line demonstrates diligent sourcing, fact-checking, context, and credibility. Today we must teach critical thinking in elementary schools and beyond. And we need to empower media organizations and universities that are getting it right. As an educational news agency, the Media Line focuses on journalism's next generation.
On day one at the Media Line, I was sent out there reporting. So just to get that confidence so early on in my career was really helpful.
TML created the Press and Policy Student Program, which already boasts affiliation with more than 30 universities, 17 of which have signed MOUs that provide academic credit to those it mentors.
It's also important for us to view things from a world view because we are all interconnected. And the Media Line really helped me not only realize that, but also develop me in a way where I could utilize those skills and take it out, elsewhere into the world and into my career.
The things that unite us are far greater than what divides us. And being able to live openly as a Muslim in Jerusalem, doing prayers on my balcony outside, I was able to do that. I was able to authentically be my Muslim self.
The Media Line is working day and night to bring you the truth. I invite you to go behind the scenes to learn more so that you can differentiate between the sea of distortion and propaganda and the stream of truth.
Journalism done right is the best defender of democracy.